Hello everyone, this is Preet from NBFX and welcome to this week's technical analysis review. Jumping straight into it, what we're looking at here is the Euro US dollar daily chart. We can see that price is currently trading in between this channel here. I've drawn a support line here and a resistance line here just to indicate the channel that this price is currently ranging in. Now, there isn't much indication of which direction price is going to head on this chart just yet. Since we are in a range right now, it's probably best to have a look to see if we can potentially take a trade off a bounce off one of these support or resistance levels. When we're trading in the middle of the range, it's probably best to go down to the lower time frames to see if there are any entries. Based on my strategy, this would be in a bullish trend right now, as the 8 EMA is sitting above the 21 EMA on the daily chart, as you can see here. It's probably best to leave this alone on the daily time frame and move down to the 4-hour or the lower time frames to see what we can potentially make of this chart. Now, I probably wouldn't be taking this on a hourly chart or a 4-hour chart purely because, like I said, we're in a bit of a range at the moment. It's probably best to take some scalps or day trade with this chart. We're going to leave Euro US dollar for now, purely because there's no indication of what price is doing or what it's likely to do next. It's probably better to wait until price hits either this resistance line to see what reaction the market brings, or this support line, again, to see what reaction that price has when it reaches this support. If we now move on to the pound US dollar cable, we can see a pretty similar thing here, except the only difference is the previous resistance line that was around about here, that was broken, and we've seen a retracement back down to this EMA zone here. Now, I'm very, very bullish on cable. I think that is a lot of potential to the upside for this pair since it's broken out of this last resistance zone. The next target we can probably see for this price level is around about here. As this was the previous resistance of this pullback here. Zooming in on the chart, we can see that price has actually retraced back down into this zone, touching the EMA, and had a bullish rejection off this EMA, which overall indicates a nice bullish move to the upside. If we move on to the 4-hour chart, we saw that price retraced into this zone, bounced off the 200 EMA, and moved up. Started to move up now, indicating a potential continuation to the upside. This is one thing that I'll be looking for in the upcoming week to see how much we can gain in elevation out of cable. Moving on to the dollar-yen pair, we can see that it's pretty much been full steam ahead for dollar-yen over the past few weeks, to be honest with you. And to be completely honest with you, it looks like it's going to probably run out of steam in the very, very near future and look to take a reversal. This can be actually indicated on the lower time frames here. We can see that price has actually been respecting this 50 EMA for quite some time now. So we've seen 1 bounce, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bounces off this EMA. And now we've seen that it has actually broken down below the 50 EMA, potentially indicating that this zone now is due to reverse. Looking down on the 15-minute chart for dollar-yen, we can see, again, some really, really nice respecting of this 200 EMA right here. Time and time again, it's bounced off and created newer highs. We can now see at the close of Friday that the EMAs have actually crossed over on the 15-minute chart, indicating that this trend is probably about to come to an end. Therefore, we could probably see a reversal in the daily chart as well. I would probably expect a few days of selling within this pair for the next few days. To take a trade on this one, I'd probably be looking at a pullback into this support zone to take a trade, to take a long position and target these highs around here. Switching over to the pound-yen pair, we can see a similar thing. It's pretty much been full steam ahead for the past few weeks with pound-yen. Zooming out to the weekly chart, we can see that price is heading in one direction and one direction only, and that's to around about these levels here. The next resistance zone is around about here on the weekly chart. So I'd expect price to fully move in the upward direction to at least hit this resistance zone, just to see what price does when it does hit this resistance zone. But I'd be definitely bullish for the upcoming week in hopes to get some long trades in. I'd be hesitant on taking any trades on the hourly chart, as I don't think we're going to get a strong enough pullback to warrant a trade on my 1 hour strategy. However, I could be wrong, and we may see a deep retracement, in which case I would probably look to take a trade on the hourly chart. I would be way more inclined to go for trading on the 15-minute chart though on this one, as we could probably see some really nice rejections off this 200 EMA zone. And if we can keep the 15-minute chart in line with the trend on the daily, then I'd be looking to ride this up to the next resistance zone around about here at 188.790s. Moving on to USD franc, we can see that prices again continuing on to the downside. We didn't see much bullish movement last week. It was very much ranging and consolidating. We can see from the daily EMAs that the price is still in a downtrend for the USD Swiss franc pair. So I'd be looking at taking shorts in the upcoming week. Now gold has been again downtrending for the past few weeks. We are very much in a bearish trend still with gold. The only thing with gold at the moment is it has seemed to have found support at this zone here, the 1900 even mark. This is quite a psychological number, and we've started to see a strong rejection in the form of a pin bar here, and a strong bullish candle to follow, which could indicate a potential reversal. I'd be hesitant to take longs off this position though, as we are still indicated to have a downtrend due to the EMAs on the daily. So I would be looking at potential shorts on the 15-minute chart if and when we get some confirmation from the EMAs on the 15-minute chart here. Gold is actually set up quite nicely for a short position off on the 1 hourly chart. I'm very much eyeing this zone here to see if we can get some more rejection as price has pulled back into this EMA zone along with going overbought, and price has rejected off this EMA zone here. Upon market open, I'd probably look to take a short position, as this is a really nice trade and it follows all my criteria for entry. So there you have it. That's this week's evaluation on the week ahead from a technical analysis standpoint. Do bear in mind this is purely from a technical standpoint that I've been analysing these charts. Next week will be the first week of the new month of July, and so we can expect to see the release of the FOMC minutes on Wednesday and the non-farm payrolls on Friday. So be sure to keep an eye out for the news in the middle of the week and towards the end of the week. But apart from that, if you enjoyed the analysis, please do give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully we can continue the technical analysis at the end of every week to come. Other than that, if you did like the video, as I mentioned, please do like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.